Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video here on my channel. Today we're going to be budgeting out for the month of April, so it is going to be one of my longer videos, but I hope you enjoy. So the very first section that I always like to do is the goals section, and these are going to be more of behavioral goals rather than actual dollar goals. And I always pick 3. And my first goal is going to be eat at home instead of going out to eat. My next goal is going to be to get used to having 2 bank accounts. I mentioned that I did get a new bank account in addition to my Chase account. I now have a Chime account. And there are a few things that I have to get used to with Chime. For example, you can't really deposit money. You can withdraw money, but you can't deposit money. So I have to get used to switching money from my Chase account to my Chime account directly, and then making sure I'm allocating the money correctly. So it's just a whole new system that I have to get used to. And that is going to be my second goal. Then the last goal that I put down is that I want to make trackers for all of my goals that I have for this year. Just like the savings tracker that I showed you guys in the last video, I want to make something like that for all my other goals and cash envelopes that I have. So those are my 3 goals. And then the next section that I like to do, I call weeklies, because they're expenses that need to get taken care of every single week, but they don't have like a specific due date. Okay, so I have the same 3 expenses that I list every single time. I have gas, groceries, and spending. In the second row, I have how many times that I fill each expense, and I have 4 because I fill them every Monday when I get paid from DoorDash, so that's 4 Mondays this month. In the next row, I have how much each expense gets every single week. So gas gets 100, groceries gets 60, and spending gets 10. And then the last row is how much I spend overall on each expense each month. So overall, I spend $400 on gas, $240 on groceries, and $40 on spending. Those are all of my weeklies, and after that section, I like to do the auto pay section, and these are just the expenses that are obviously on auto pay. I like to separate these expenses from just the regular expenses because these ones are going to come out whether I remember to pay them or not, whereas the other bills, I have to physically do it. So that's why I like to make sure that I take care of these first. Okay, so I have all of my auto pay expenses listed out, and the first one that I have is my personal loan that's due on the 6th and the 21st, each for $125. And then I have my insurance for my car due on the 11th for $117. And then I also have my Affirm payment on the 16th due for $23. And then we have my gym membership due on the 22nd for $25. And then $27 due also on the 22nd for the apartment that we used to live at. And then I have Spotify on the 29th for $18, and then savings on the 30th for $37. And that doesn't just get put into my account, it gets split into 3 different accounts, but I don't usually share how much goes into each one. The next section I do is the regular bill section, and I have quite a few of these too. Okay, so first on my list, I have SRP, and I just give that to my mom, and that's $40. Then I have my Sun Devil auto credit card due on the 1st for $110. And then I have my counseling session on the 11th, that's gonna be $95. My phone is going to be due on the 12th for $40. Again, I just give that to my mom. And then my car is due on the 13th for $383. And then I have my Victoria's Secrets credit card on the 16th for $30. The next section I'm going to do is going to be the special events section, and this is going to be for the events that don't usually happen every single month. It could be birthdays or anniversaries or holidays or anything like that. So for this section, it's pretty short. I only have 2 events this month. I have my younger cousin's birthday tomorrow actually, and I put down a budget of $20 for his gift. Hopefully I stick to it. And then the second thing that I have down, I put as self-date. That's basically just a new thing that I'm gonna start doing where I take myself out on a date. And I put $30, and I think what I'm gonna do this month is get my favorite iced coffee and then go to some new bookshops and then get whatever I can with probably like $25. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't put a date down because it doesn't really matter what date it is. Now the next section is not a new section, but I haven't put it down in a while, and it is going to be the cash envelope section. Okay, so the first cash envelope that I have down is savings. I was debating on whether or not to put it down as an envelope because I usually don't take it out. I kind of just transfer it, but I just put it down anyways. And as you can see, that is the one with the biggest amount that I want to put towards, and that's $300. And these numbers are really specific because I've already done my rough draft budget online through Google Docs, because I keep an online version and then also like a physical version. So that's how I know these numbers. And then next I have vehicle maintenance, which is a cash envelope that I want to build up and start saving towards. And I'm only gonna start with $10. Christmas is gonna get $30 this month. Travel is gonna get $30 this month. And then insurance is a goal that I haven't really talked about. A lot of these I haven't really talked about because I'm waiting to upload my 2022 financial goals video. But basically what the insurance is that one of my goals is to start paying for my insurance premiums every 6 months, like all at once, instead of monthly, how I do it now. So that is what the $16 for insurance is going to be. And then lastly is going to be birthdays, and that's going to get $30 because in the month of May, I think I have like 5 birthdays, and the majority of them are people who are not going to get the typical $20 budget. So that's why I'm saving just a little bit extra this month. That way it's not as hard in May. And those are all of my envelopes for this month. Now that we have all of the expenses listed out, I am going to write out all of my income. And then we're gonna start putting the expenses into the income. Okay, so now I have all my income written out, and I have a few paychecks to go through. So the first one I have is DoorDash starting on the 4th for $400. That's actually including taxes. So I forgot to take the taxes out, which is what I normally do, but I'll just leave that in there for now. And then on the 6th, I'm gonna get another check from Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't know how I came up with the number $505. That's what I'm expecting, but I guess that's what I'm expecting. So if that's what I get, then perfect. If not, then that's okay. I'll figure it out. And then again, my weekly DoorDash paycheck on both of these sides. And then I thought that I had enough space for the whole month, so I accidentally had to make more. Anyways, so then I have another Buffalo Wild Wings checked. Again, I don't know how I came up with $476, but that's what I am putting down. And then my last DoorDash paycheck. So the very first expenses that I like to put down are the weekly expenses. So for every paycheck that I'm going to get from DoorDash, I'm going to put gas, groceries, and spending for $100, $60, and $10. Okay, so now that I've listed out the gas, groceries, and spending, I'm gonna check mark it off so I know that it was planned out. Next, I'm going to take care of this because it's happening like right now. So I'm gonna put the $20 down and I'm just gonna check mark it off because I know I'm gonna do it. And then I'm also going to do the SRP because my mom was asking for it right away. So I'm just gonna put that down immediately. I'm going to start subtracting these expenses from the income on the side on my computer. So I'm starting with 400, but I'm gonna subtract 60 for taxes, and then I'm gonna subtract the total 230 for the expenses I have listed out, and that leaves me with 110. So as you can see here, the first auto pay expense is my personal loan. So I'm going to put that remaining $110 to that. And then because I am short $15 for that, I'm gonna put that onto the next paycheck right here. I'm gonna check mark that off and then look at my list again. So because my next auto pay expense is not due until the 11th, I'm gonna kind of go back and forth and see what I should do next. So next I'm going to do the Sun Devil auto credit card because it was due on the 1st. And then as you can see, these expenses don't start again until the 11th as well. So I'm just gonna go back to my auto pay expenses and focus on those. So I'm gonna do the auto credit card, my insurance, counseling, phone, and then we'll see from there. I'm gonna check mark those expenses off. So I got this, this, and this, and then I got this. So the next auto pay is not due until the 16th. And then we have my car on the 13th, my Victoria's Secret's credit card on the 16th, and then also just keep in mind my self date. And then our next paycheck after the 6th will be on the 11th. So I'm going to do the Victoria's Secret's credit card. The self dates, because why not? And then we'll see if we have anything left over. So left over, we still have about $68 left. So we took care of this, we took care of this. I think we're gonna put that for my car because that's due the 13th and that's before the 16th for auto pay. So $68, obviously that's not enough for my car payment. So we're gonna have to continue this onto here. And this one is a shorter paycheck. I don't think it's gonna cover my total car payment. So let's subtract these first from that. So we're gonna do 400, but we're gonna subtract 60 for taxes because I forgot to take it out. And then we're gonna subtract 170, and that leaves me with 170. So yeah, that's still not enough for my car payment. 170 plus 68 is 238, and my car payment is 838. So, oh no, 383. Ooh.
You said 800.
Right? Oh, I almost had a heart attack there. Okay, so I have 145 left, so I'm gonna put that here for my car. 145. Okay. So now that that's done, we're gonna go back to the auto pay. We don't have anything left for regular bills or special events. So now we're just gonna put in the rest of the auto pay expenses. So we're gonna do Affirm, my personal loan, and then these. see where we're at, because this one's a small paycheck as well. So 340 minus 170 minus 145 minus 23. Oh, we got $2 left. So we're gonna put that for my personal loan, and then the next paycheck we're gonna put the remaining 123. Then we're gonna do gym, the Ventura app, Spotify savings. I'm gonna subtract those. We have $246 remaining and no more expenses. So now we're gonna start working on the envelopes. Or the sinking funds. That's what I just remembered they're actually called. So sinking funds. Okay, so first one we'll do will just be for savings, because that's the most important one. So we'll put the remaining $246 for savings. And then our original amount we wanted to save was $300. So the remaining $54 for savings we're gonna put here. Which will leave us from that paycheck with $116, and that should perfectly match with what we have for the remaining sinking funds. And it does. So now I'm just gonna copy all of these onto the last paycheck. And that wraps up all of the expenses. And now we have 0 left in our budget because it's a 0-based budget. And then I'm gonna add one last page, and then that'll be it. I just titled it as goal. Basically, it is going to be just a summary of the goals that I wanted to complete in the month of April. So the first one, they're both about savings, but a little bit different. So the first one, it says estimated savings contribution. And I put $325 because that's including the $300 we just put away, plus the $25 that I put monthly. Then underneath it in the pink, you see actual savings contribution. So at the end of the month, I'm gonna put down how much I actually contributed. Then the second part here, it says estimated savings balance. And I put $702. So after I contribute this $325, I should have a balance in my savings account of $702. Then underneath in the pink, again, it says actual savings balance. So again, at the end of the month, I'm going to update what that number actually is. Okay, then that pretty much wraps up our entire budget. Thank you so much for being here. And my next video is going to be my 2022 financial goals video, where I'll be going through all of my goals specifically, and I will also have my trackers. So I hope to see you there.